Okay, so what's up guys? In this section, we're going to be filling the calendar automatically with JavaScript. So if you look here at the top will be set to a color. The bottom here will be set to a color. All these borders, the difference in border colors, like right down here, all this is going to be done. This is going to be done more with CSS. So there's going to be a bit of CSS in this section, not a lot though. Just a little bit of stuff on these borders here and there. If you notice, if I change it to teal, you'll notice that all the right borders are white except the last one. So you could see perfectly the outline of the calendar, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so building the calendar takes there's like three phases of it. It starts off up here and it basically loops through all the table cells. And it's checking all along the way. So it starts off at the previous month because that's the first thing that needs to be filled in. So that's the first phase, filling out the previous month. And the second phase is filling out the current month, which is all here. And then there's filling out the next month. So that's like three separate phases. Now I'm going to make a JS directory and put this in there because I'm going to be building the calendar right here in this section. Okay, so there's a few files that I want. I want data.js, date.js, and then the start. That's going to have its own folder. Okay, so the data, let me link to them first. Script. Okay, source is equal to js slash data.js. Now I'm just going to copy this. I think it's this Control-Shift-D. Could easily copy them. Then data. These kind of look the exact same, but actually the first one should be data. Data, then date. And then finally start. So start needs to come after everything else. So let's take this data, let me open it and comment, save, put it in data. Okay, let's see if this still works. Let me check for errors. Refresh. Okay, nothing broke, it's good. I was thinking I should close it, but I don't need to. I'll just keep it there. So then all of these. Okay, copy. If I open it, okay, making sure that it was still commented out. Date. It's a lot of code. Okay, so that's good. Now if I were to come back here and comment this out, there'd probably be an error. Yeah, because it's trying to call it and start and it can't. Okay, and then the start, simple enough, just these little things. Okay, I'll put this like that. Okay, so that's good. Let's just make sure that it still works. Okay, everything's working. Let's get rid of this. Now I'll close date, but I need to keep this one open because I have some data to bring in and it's month data. So I'll go get that and then I'll explain it to you. So just hold on one second. Okay, so here's the month data. It's an array. It's an array of objects. And each object holds a month. So data of a month. So each month has a month index. That's the value from 0 to 11. So here in date, when you were setting the date, the reason why you wanted to set the month to the index of the month and not the name of the month is because the data is not looking at a month's name. It's just looking at the index. So So that's why that is. Okay, so each month has a month index. So month 0 is January right here. And then it's December, so you get it. It just goes on. These are all the months of 2019. Okay, so then each month also has an amount of days. That's important to know. Each month has a starting day, which is also important to know how many days should be filled in the previous month. And then a year as well. So the first 2 months here, even though you can't see this month, this is November. And if you go in this month right here, you actually can't go back to November, but it's important to have this data up here. So this is November. So you'll see here that November has 30 days. So that's why I'm using November here. It's basically just for that. Okay, so that's basically it. So all these months are pretty unique. They all have different starting days. So you'll see that the 6th month here, or it's really the 7th month, it has 31 days and it starts on the first day, and the year is obviously 2019. Most of these months are 2019, except the first 2. Okay, so that's going to be it for this video. We didn't start writing any more code, but I brought in this data. I made some JavaScript files. I cleaned it up a bit. So in the next video, we'll be ready to start writing the function that will be building the calendar every time the app loads.